Yo, what's good, people? I'm back with Genshin Impact. I also want to say Evan Recka is a little baby. He's trying to act like his life is so hard and he's in so much pain. Bro, you lived with your mom till you're 31, 32. The whole reason why you don't even care about money is because you've never had to struggle for money. Because you had it so easy. You literally grew up in a suburban neighborhood. Like, stop being a little bitch. You have it so fucking easy. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, King Blacy will never have it as hard as me. Shut up, you little pussy. Shut up. Holy fuck. What a little crybaby. Like, bro, I didn't have that luxury. I won't get into the specifics, but I wasn't even allowed to live with my parents when I was 17. No fault of my own. I had to move out on my own. So it's no wonder I care about money. I had to struggle for money. You never had to worry about that shit. You're literally double my age still living, or you were double my age still living with your fucking parents. Yeah, you're a little bitch. I can't stand people like that who act like they have it so hard and they have it so fucking easy. Shut up, you little coward. If you really have it so hard, come fight me. Let's see who wins. Because you're just a little bitch. I'd give you the slightest tap and you'd cry, oh my god, King Blacy has never felt this pain before. Oh my god, what a pussy. Why isn't my headset working? Hold up one sec. Oh wait. I know why. No. Uh, this headset kind of, I never use it. It's a Bluetooth headset, so I never really use it. But I'm using my Blue Yeti microphone, so I need to use this headset. I only have 2 USB ports on this laptop. Oh, wait. No, it's because I have my audio off. Hold up one sec. Yeah, look. What's going on? Why is it doing that? Why isn't it? What the hell? Now my controller's acting all weird. Okay. Oh yeah, now I hear it. Let me make sure the sound's coming through on the... Yeah, this Blue Yeti microphone kind of sucks. It picks up on a lot of the fan noise from my laptop. But there. I realized my last live stream from yesterday where I used this microphone was way louder than the game. But anyways, yeah, Evan Reck is a little crybaby, man. Like, the dude has it so fucking easy. What a spoiled brat. Oh shit. Why is it doing that? Stop jumping around. Go up. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Garbage. That shit's so stupid.
Up and away.
Alright. So, I should probably try to spend my moon points. I don't even know what they're called. I just call them moon points because they're literally moons. Hold on. Is it this thing that's fucking with my controller? It's probably this. Alright. Yeah, it was that stupid thing that was fucking with my controller. Yeah, I got 200 out of 200 moon points, whatever they're called, so what should I spend those on? Let me look. Alright, I'll go collect those, but I'll go to the opening, the rift. I'll go to the rift to get some points.
Yep.
It's up there.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get up there? Oh, I mean, there's some down here. I still have to get up there, but...
Ready to rumble.
Alright, there we go.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Ha, yeah. Closing in. Yeah, cha. Flip and fly. Yeah. Dancing in the wind. So, cha.
Holy shit. These fucking guys with the shields are so annoying. What's the max level in this game? I think 90 for the characters.
Up and away. Flip and fly. Yeah. Swift as the swallow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get up this way. I'm gonna have to climb up and go around.
Yeah.
Right? I can get around this way.
Closing in.
Why do these fucking goat things have so much health? The boars have no health, but then the goats have a bunch of health. Okay, it's right there. There's a whole ass lake up here.
Fly. Up and away. Opening box of Adepti tricks. Surprise. Something's off. Ills be gone.
With sword comes shadow.
Fly.
What is it doing? Holy shit, come on down. Come on. Fucking lame. Get down here.
Faster? Okay, faster.
There we go.
Closing in. Swift as the swan.
Great, now he's back up there. That thing was annoying. It just stays up in the air. You can't attack it. Alright, let me put a video on the background. What the fuck? Hurry up.
Today is tax day. It's April 15th. Does anyone even work at the IRS anymore? Do we even have to? Our IRS office downtown, they turned it into a spirit Halloween store. I don't know if you need to. This is that special time of the year when I have the opportunity to claim Guillermo not just as a friend, but as a dependent. And I thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, in Chicago tonight, Joe Biden made his first appearance in public since he left office. And man, oh man, did he come out of the gate swinging.
I'm staying in the race.
Just let him have it, will you? Biden spoke at a bipartisan event to encourage Democrats and Republicans to work to protect Social Security together, which seems about as likely to happen as a reboot of Fiddler on the Roof starring Kanye West. But Social Security is #1 for Joe Biden. Literally, his Social Security number is 1. I don't know if Joe Biden's the guy we want to hear from right now. You know, he's too young. 83-year-old Bernie Sanders is the guy we seem to want to hear from right now. He had a rally in Nampa, Idaho last night with AOC. 12,000 people showed up in Nampa. Who even knew there were 12,000 people in Nampa, Idaho? Who even know there was a Nampa, Idaho? If I heard Nampa, I'd be like, oh, Tampa? You mean, no, no, it's in Nampa. Nampa's what I called my grandparents when I was 2, but the Blue Army showed up in force there. This is hard to believe. Exactly 1 year ago today was day 1 of Donald Trump's porn star hush money trial in New York. Remember how that seemed? Not even Trump could have dreamed things would turn out this. Even while he was farting himself to sleep in that courtroom, he could not have dreamed. And now look at him, busting the stock market, starting trade wars with our allies, and taking on Harvard University, home to liberal elite alumni like Ted Cruz, Tom Cotton, Elise Stefanik. Trump wants to stamp out the left-wing thinking that goes on there. After Harvard refused to cave to his demands, Trump froze more than $2 billion worth of federal funding to the school. And who better to determine what colleges should and should not be doing than the man who had to shell out $25 million in penalties for running a fraudulent university he named after himself. But Harvard, unlike a lot of schools, is standing strong. They tweeted, they said, we will not surrender. And my money's on Harvard. I grew up in the 80s. I've seen Revenge of the Nerds. I know who wins these things. Trump, though, has a list of demands. He now wants an apology. He wants plagiarism checks on all current and prospective faculty at Harvard. He wants the school to rat out students who protest, and he's demanding that they immediately shut down any DEI-related programs. You know, the Trump administration is for merit-based hiring and admissions only. All our president cares about is making sure the most qualified person wins or gets the spot. Merit is very important to him. Well, you can see it in his cabinet. I mean, for Secretary of Defense, he wanted a proven leader. He wanted someone with vast experience running a large, complex organization, someone who operates at the highest strategic level. And so he turned on Fox, and he found his man, Pete Hegseth, running our nation's military. But what about education, the bedrock of any civilized society? Trump was looking for someone who excelled not only as an educator, but who has deep experience in government policy, administration, standards of learning, and who embody slams that more than the wife of the guy who runs wrestling, Linda McMahon. And with our children's minds in excellent hands, he turned his sights on public health. Typically, this would be someone with an MD, PhD, someone with a deep appreciation for research, medicine, and science, someone who does push-ups on cement, someone who prefers genes over vaccines, someone like Robert Kennedy Jr., all hired on merit and nothing else. Is that enough? Or should we go all the way to the reality star and Pizza Hut spokesperson we elected president? The only thing I'll say in Donald Trump's defense is that Matt Damon went to Harvard, so they obviously don't care too much about merit. But man, oh man, the orange nosers are kissing his butt in ways no one has ever seen before. Remember when the Republicans would all wear flag pins? Now they're wearing pins with Trump's face on them. That's FCC Chairman Brendan Carr bending the knee. This is good, too. The guy who owns the company Sticker Mule, a sticker magnate, commissioned a statue of Trump and presented him with that statue. There. The sculpture is 7 feet tall, it's made of bronze, and it has already been issued a restraining order from the Statue of Liberty. Trump was apparently too busy to pose for the statue himself, so the sculptor worked off a stock photo of Meatloaf instead. Every day the suck-uppery hits new heights. This morning on Fox and Friends, they went to another one of those diners and just walked around asking people eating pancakes to praise their Lord and Master.
Are you better off under Donald Trump or under the past under Joe Biden?
I absolutely love Donald Trump.
What's different so far in this administration?
And everything. He has changed everything in the short amount of time that he's been there. He's always out there. He's very positive. He's very tough. Yes, and I believe with all my heart that God put him there.
Oh, I just love him. He's just so wonderful, and he speaks from his heart.
Yeah, that's not his heart, honey. It's his ass. It's a different part of his body. And I'm going to add that if God really did put him here, it was to test us. The stock market was down again today, and the price of coffee is higher than ever. And this is before the tariffs hit. Can you imagine the mental health crisis we are going to have in this country if people can't afford coffee in the morning? The number of workplace stabbings is about to go through the roof. Between tax day and inflation and the tariffs, money has been on a lot of people's minds lately, which gives us an excuse to play the wildest, most rollicking, high-stakes game show of all. It's time to play On the Money. That's right. Let's go to announcer Lou, who is out on Hollywood Boulevard. You look good, Lou. Are you doing something new with your hair?
You know, something a little lighter for summer.
Uh-huh. I like it a lot. I like it. Well, hey, Lou, introduce us to our contestant, will you?
Yes, this is Element.
Element. That's your name, Element?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. How about that? Where are you from, Element?
I'm from Ohio.
You're from Ohio. Element, what is your middle name?
Eleftherios. It's Greek.
Element Eleftherios.
Yeah, it stands for theater. It's some kind of Greek thing.
You sound like a mid-sized Japanese sports car.
I am, yeah. My sister is Jeddah.
Really? Your sister Jeddah? Did you choose that name, or are you Elon Musk's kid or something?
I actually chose it. I did mushrooms, much like Katy Perry when she went to the moon.
Yeah, all right. And what do you do for work, Element?
I'm a massage therapist and a phlebotomist.
And a phlebotomist?
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you a question? What's a phlebotomist? You take blood? Is that what it is?
Yeah, back in the day they couldn't call us phlotops, so we became vampires.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, Element, this is a simple game. What I'm going to ask you is whose face is on the money? We're going to show you some denominations. If you answer correctly, you get to keep the money and either walk away or you can keep going. If you answer incorrectly, you lose it all. And I'll be honest, we haven't had a lot of luck with this game. So we've added 4 lifelines that you can use, Element, if you need help, okay? Lou, what are the new lifelines?
The lifelines are Lou Clue, where I, Lou, give you a clue.
Good.
Ask a rando.
That was trash. That was supposed to be funny.
Yesterday, a top 20 token called Mantra, or Ohm, crashed 90%, leading me to search for answers, along with many other people like Zach XBT, who actually helped with this investigation. And together, I think we put together a lot to inform the public. I interviewed the CEO, JP Mullen. You'll be hearing from him in a second. I do want to say there were a lot of twists and turns to this story. There's an entire angle of this interview I later fact-checked and proved wrong, which is that I was given a tip that there was this OTC seller that was market making for Mantra and had his hands in the whole thing. And I was like, I thought that really was part of the reason it all went down. Now, JP on our call denies it. So then I kind of went back and I did a bunch of sourcing to actually confront the guy behind it. I dug through who he is. It turns out he's faked being a market maker before. He faked being a market maker for a real market maker that was really arrested by the feds. It's a long story. I might get a whole separate thing about that. But what's funny about this, and the only reason this interview still exists, is because we talk about that and it turned out to be wrong. Normally I might scrap the interview, but in the process of confronting the CEO about this guy, he actually admits to doing something very similar to what this guy claimed he was doing. So understand, when I confront JP with this mysterious Mr. P, okay, this guy is like a professional con artist of some kind, or at least I believe he's lied historically on similar things. So don't believe that. But in the process, we get some interesting admissions as to what happened to the OM token. Was it manipulated? Was the OTC sales what killed the project? Was it liquidation? I will let you decide. Here's the interview. All right, JP Mullen, CEO of Mantra, the token that just crashed. You're here to talk about what happened, hopefully clear up some problems. Let's just start with your side of the story.
Fortune preserver.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on in the first place. Reached out on Twitter, so thanks for hopping on this quite quick. As I was kind of discussing with you both on online before, this all started basically last night on Sunday evening Asia time. I'm in Seoul, Korea right now. We just hosted a RWA summit today that I showed up at and was meant to be kind of a headline speaker. So that's really what I was here for. I went to bed roughly around midnight local time and was woken up around 5. Someone was calling the hotel my room and trying to wake us up because there had been obviously this massive sell-off in token price, where the token crashed. I think at the time I woke up, it was probably around 50 cents or something. And effectively, what we were able to discern was that overnight, tokens that had been used as collateral on Ohm and long for different positions had been forced closed and liquidated, causing this massive sell-off and precipitous downfall of the token. So we've been in contact with our exchange partners, investors, and the community. And again, thanks for having us on to kind of walk through some of these questions about exactly what happened, but also what we will be doing about it.
Yeah, so it was I think reportedly a 90% crash. You guys were at the time a top 20 token, so y'all weren't by any means a small project.
Yeah.
I think leading many people to wonder, like, how could this magnitude of an event happen? It's so you see big swings in crypto. You usually don't see 90% drops unless there's something kind of going on. A lot of people jump to some, understandably, some questions about the team maybe dumping, doing something. So just to kind of address that, did the team sell? Did the team get liquidated? And how has the let's just start there. Yeah, did the team sell? Did you guys get liquidated?
So first one, we have published a transparency report last week that shows all the team wallets and all the holdings. The team tokens are all long vested and have not moved. So these are happy to be shared and publicized again with your community. So no, we did not sell a single Ohm. The team also did not get liquidated. We don't have leverage position on exchanges. We don't do that.
Have you guys sold tokens OTC?
We have had OTC transactions for the Sponsor Chain Association itself to fund business operations.
Do you have an idea of like what ballpark number are we talking about for how many tokens you've sold? Like, give me a dollar amount. Like, how much has Mantra sold OTC?
I'd say between $25 to $30 million US.
Okay. So, what if those tokens OTC were? I mean, I'm just kind of trying to put this thing together.
Sure.
Those people take those OTC tokens. If they sell right away, they're going to crash the price because, from what I understand, it was somewhat thin liquidity. I mean, for a top 20 token.
Yeah.
So you would crash the price if you sell this huge amount of OTC. So instead, you take it to an exchange. You get collateral. You use it as collateral to loan against other things, other assets, and then you get liquidated. It's a problem, but that could have originated from like sort of team tokens. You see what I'm saying? See the problem?
I do understand, but none of the OTC sales that we've had have actually been executed yet. So the tokens are all still, locked.
Oh, you're saying you sold them for cash, but the vesting period hadn't expired yet.
The vesting period hasn't expired yet. So actually, this will start I think later this month and into the coming years. But nothing that the association has sold. So the not-for-profit entity behind Mantra has ever been.
I'd be very upset if I did an OTC deal with you and the price just crashed 90%.
Yeah. Well, we haven't done anything recently.
Yeah. Let me ask you, who market makes for you?
So we work with 3 market makers that are all our investors: Laser Digital, Amber Group, and Manifold.
Okay. There's a lot of questions about the price feeling manipulated, basically, is more or less the claim that's been made. Do you have any knowledge, or did you direct any price manipulation of your token?
No, I do not. And no, we did not.
Okay. So to whatever extent the price was manipulated, if it was, you have no association with it.
That is correct.
Do you think market makers, though, you'd probably agree, wouldn't do that on their own for no reason?
I don't think, well, actually, I know for a fact that those market makers or those investors that I talked about have no implication or involvement in something.
Oh, that button actually works. Okay, so that button to mute my mic actually works. Alright, cool. What should I watch?
Let's go to consumer sentiment, and this is kind of what we were teasing, and this really does demonstrate some of the issues where these are always self-fulfilling prophecies. So if people have less consumer sentiment and want to spend money, then they will spend less money, which will lead to an overall economic contraction. Let's go and put this up there on the screen. Quote, from anxious to petrified, consumer sentiment plunges further. The University of Michigan's closely watched index has now hit its second lowest reading on record, dragged down by fears of higher prices and unemployment. Americans turned much more pessimistic about the economy in April. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index nosedived to 50 from 57 just last month. Sentiment has been falling steadily through 2025, and expectations for inflation have now hit the highest level in 44 years. According to the survey, sentiment is now at its lowest, second lowest in history, only slightly lower in June 2022 when inflation was soaring thanks to gnarled supply chains and pandemic buying. Back in 2022, the index actually did touch 50, which was the lowest reading on record going back to 1952. So that's basically where we're back at in terms of inflation expectations. The survey, basically what they do is it actually took place over the tariff time. So it's important to note that a lot of this is in real-time data. People are, accepting this, and what you're watching in the data is that people are very concerned about their ability to buy things, and specifically about the expectation for inflation hitting some 44-year high, which means they are going to keep cash, hoard cash if you've got it, not spend it, not do any normal economic activity, not make any major plans, and in a 70% consumer-based society, that is the worst possible thing you could do. In China, you can get away with a lower consumer sentiment. You're not as hooked on it. You got manufacturing.
Right, this is what...
You got a lot more fundamentals. In America, with cheap TVs and all this other, Walmart and all these other countries, all these other companies, good luck. We're talking about what Easter's coming up. Are people going to be buying presents? Are people going to be traveling? Are people, these are all decisions that people make. Already, Delta Airlines came out and said, we have seen a mass cancellation of bookings across the board. We are watching economic activity go down. We have to revise earnings. Walmart actually is expecting, hilariously enough, increased business on the theory that they always do well during recessions.
They do,
So keep that in mind, the companies, or what is it, Walmart, McDonald's always do well.
Dollar Tree,
Dollar General. The recession-proof industries, not recession-proof.
I made over $1,000 in the past 24 hours. That's crazy. And then how much? Silver went up 78 cents in the past 24 hours. How much money is that? So, all right. So I made like $180 off silver, but damn, I made over $1,000 in the past 24 hours on gold. That's crazy. So if I made $1,000 every day for a year, that'd be $365,000 in a year. If only I could make that every day. Holy shit. That's insane. All right. Well, good shit.
People who thrive in recession,
happy.
they're actually thinking, oh, actually, we're going to see more low-price customers. All of the data out there for forecasts on the books shows that consumer good retailers and other, they're getting crushed at the stock market level. I mean, Nike was down some 20% or something like that as a result of a lot of these tariffs at one point. Even with Vietnam, things have changed a little bit for them. But you can just see that the danger lurks for all of them in this consumption-based society that we're in.
Yeah, this is the whole thing. And so that's all well said on the economic model. My colleague Maz Hussein over at Dropsite I've seen him often make this point that, and he observes a lot of different cultures around the world. And one thing that he talks about with the United States is that we are, as much as we love to like hate on ourselves, one of the most successful pluralistic societies. Like, yes, we have our divisions, people don't like each other, but like, not compared to other countries. Like, we have a multicultural society that gets along relatively well,
Yeah.
and definitely relative to other countries. The glue that stitches all that together is our consumer society.
Stuff.
We all love stuff. And we love the shows that are organized around us buying stuff. We love events that are built around stuff.
Black Friday.
And also, you go to like parties in the U.S. Like there's little cheap stuff everywhere. There are consumer-driven things. Like everybody's buying stuff for these events. Like the culture is tied together by the consumer society, and it is effectively done so. You don't have to love the consumer society, but it's laudable that you can have a multicultural, pluralistic society that isn't breaking out into sectarian violence.
Yeah.
In a like routine way. Pull that away. Good luck. So like just like no matter how bad you think things are, like they can always get a lot worse. And so you rip the rug out from underneath that, we might be at each other's throats.
Yeah. What's the quote? It's like it's always darkest just before it's completely
if we
black.
can't have like the Sunday NFL,
Yeah,
Monday
NFL's
night,
that's
and Thursday night.
All right. Well,
Like,
that's what I was
it's
saying about Easter. I mean, Easter candy, right? Let's say you even see a 10% drop in overall. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of inventory. Now you got to discount it. Now you got to house it. You got all these problems. What do you do? People are going to try and drop the price on 60, 70%. People usually go home for Easter Sunday, or so they're not buying gas if they decide not to, or they decide to cancel their travel. Or sometimes you give gifts to your nieces and nephews. This year, you're going to give a little bit. Like all these decisions compound.
Right.
For example, I was talking to my barber, and I was like, hey, I'm just curious. Have you seen anything? He goes, yeah, I have noticed that people who used to come in every 3 weeks are now going 5. And that sounds like it doesn't sound that crazy to you individually.
Adds up.
Compound that over your entire customer base, and you're seeing a churn of a pretty serious hit to your bottom line. And you multiply that across the entire economy.
And the NFL, for instance, like the whole reason that it's able to be the league that it is because of the advertising revenue that comes in. And if people are not buying the stuff that's advertised on those commercials, then you're not going to pay. You're not going to pay the advertising rates anymore. And then the thing starts to collapse, starts to go backwards.
Actually, we can serve as a good indicator as well because of our YouTube backend. I remember, I will never forget what the YouTube backend over at Rising looked like back in March and in April of 2020.
Oh, it evaporated, right?
God, it was like this, gone. Over probably like 90% of the revenue. So yeah, I can, unfortunately, we can tell you real quick.
Have you noticed anything?
I'm taking a look now. No, actually, things seem fine.
Hanging tight? Okay.
Things seem fine.
You guys are still buying stuff? All right, keep buying.
Actually, this is a good time to say this. So, our premium show that we send out to people.
Oh, this is a good point.
I've always noticed this. Our premium show, which we send out, it's an unlisted link and also available on local, Spotify, etc. One of the places people watch it is sometimes an unlisted YouTube video that is available. Our premium subscribers have been telling us that even though we earn no money from this, we are not turning monetization on. YouTube reserves the right to monetize that if they want to. And it's always a recession indicator to me when they start doing that. Because I remember right back in 2022 when we launched the show, immediately when the gas prices skyrocketed and we saw the pullback, that's when they started doing it a lot. They stopped. Now recently, just in the last 2 weeks, people have been complaining ad nauseum, saying, "Oh my God!"
Which they should, because they're paying.
Yeah, of course they should. I'm not mad at them. What I'm telling you is that is a major sign to me that they're trying to fill as much inventory as possible to blast it and satisfy some of their advertising. And again, we make not $1 from that. We don't want them to do it. So I guess that's a shout out. If you do want to watch it totally ad free, Spotify is still there and Locals is still there as well. But unfortunately, if you watch this on an unlisted YouTube, there is nothing that we can do. And it's infuriating, but that is a signal to me, that YouTube is basically throwing everything
They're
they've
feeling
got,
it a little bit.
all inventory that they've got, they're throwing as many ads into that as possible. And when they do that, it means that they're probably making less in terms of their CPM, so they got to fill it up with more ad blocks than normal. So just a little bit of insight behind the scenes. Let's go to the last part here, just C3, please. This is just about the bond market. This is the same thing that we have been looking at, but you can really see that those yields continue to increase to levels which they really do not want them to. They're very worried about you going to a yield of some 5%. With a 0.5% increase of percent, which is not supposed to happen, really, if you look at the overall long-term trends. And that right now, with the current stated goal of bringing that yield down and being unable to do so, if there's a worry about some runaway, basically selling of U.S. bonds, which would make it so that the yield increases, borrowing costs and mortgage rates and interest rates and all that continue to go very high, and it would very much cripple the administration. So that's another feedback loop where mortgage rates continue to go up. I actually think I think they went down after they were up at some 7% or whatever. Again,
I think
everybody
down
continues
to like 5.9 or something.
Right. So, but people are still watching, right, for the Federal Reserve. And if the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell and them decide not to do any sort of emergency rate cut, we really are stuck in this for a long time.
Look at 6.
And there's a lot of things pulling.
6.62.
That's high.
You don't want that. And there is some question about how organized this is. And we're still trying to sort this out. But there was reporting that Japan was dumping bonds. And Japan is obviously one of the biggest holders of bonds. Now China, huge holder of bonds as well, Canada. So we are out there antagonizing all of these countries while they literally hold our cards. And if they take our cards and they just start selling a few of them, that drives down the price of our bonds and then drives up the yield. That's just mathematically, like there's no other, that's how it's gonna work. If there's a sell-off, and it's never worked that way before for the most part. You have a crash in the stock market, that means people are selling stocks and moving to the safety of treasury bonds. That is the orthodox understanding of the global economy. That's broken right now. And it's probably a combination of people leaving the kind of structure of the American dollar economy and our adversaries, like Japan, who should be our friends, but we've turned them into adversaries, deliberately bringing pain to us so that we will back off of this. Because it costs them too. They don't want to do this. Because if you are a holder of American treasuries right now and you're selling into a down market,
yeah, exactly.
You're losing millions and billions of dollars, but you're costing us a lot more. So you're prioritizing geopolitics over your bottom line in the interest of your bottom line doing better down the road. And it is what, like Trump was asked when he caved, why did you do this? And he said, his exact quote was, the bond market is a very tricky thing. Yeah. Isn't it? James Carville famously.
They're getting yippy.
James Carville famously in 1993 said if he was ever reincarnated, he wanted to come back as the bond market because it was the most powerful thing in the world.
Oh no. Oh no. What the fuck? The Hawk Tuah girl's still around?
So it has been 4 months at this point since Haley Welch, aka the Hawk Tuah girl, launched her meme coin.
Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free.
What NF2 should I get next? I want to go shopping after the fight.
Then of course she promoted it relentlessly on Twitter.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
And then allegedly pulled the rug out from under her fans' feet. Now, whether this was the work of her development team of clowns or herself, it was a horrible look for the walking meme. So horrible, in fact, that it sent her into a slumber that would make Snow White jealous.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Many months later.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Talk Tuah. It's been a hot minute since we've been back here.
This, of course, happened after CoffeeZilla would absolutely dismantle her and her team during an hours-long Twitter space.
This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
Now, I have no idea who thought this would be a good course of action for her career. I mean, it is common knowledge at this point that meme coins kinda suck, and by the time they get popular enough for the average person to even hear about them, the trap has already been placed, the coin has likely been sniped, and most will be left holding the bag. And I thought that she was still asleep over 100 days later, but now she is officially back with her Talk to a podcast. Now, at first, she did actually tease her comeback with this Instagram video.
Haley Welch dead.
The Hawk to a girl has died.
Ooh.
Oh,
my bad. Breaking news. The Hawk to a girl is not missing. She's pregnant.
Oh my god! Ooh.
What's going on with that Hawk Tua chick? She going to jail?
Anywho, do I get a phone call?
The Hawk Tua girl. No one knows finance quite like Miss Tua.
Get your ass up. We got stuff to do.
So obviously she's having her jollies with the online rumors. I found it hilarious that her Instagram bio still says influence for good, but either way she has now made her official return to podcasting, featuring none other than KSI.
Wow, Hawk to a hoodie, yes.
There you go.
Wow.
But when we look deeper than the surface, we can actually find an attempted return that was scrapped before it ever even went public. A leaked episode of Talk to a more rare than the Ancient Sea Scrolls, where FaZe Banks and his two crypto nerds came on around 2 months ago to essentially try and save this woman while also softly calling out her team of incompetent fools.
Millions of people are going to watch this. Everybody's kind of waiting to hear what you say. Everyone's kind of waiting to see how this plays out. And 99% of these people don't know shit about crypto. Just
and
like
I'm
you.
one of them.
Just like you, exactly.
I'm one of them.
Exactly. And the ongoing joke on CT right now is like, if she just did this 2 days after Trump, she'd be okay.
Exactly.
Which isn't necessarily true because of the way it was done. And that's kind of the whole point, right? There's a right and a wrong way to do this.
So it's clear to me that her plan here was to essentially claim ignorance, to say that she is just a poor little girl who was scammed just as much as her fans, something I personally find pathetic but completely on par for a generation of people who never take accountability for their actions. Her name, likeness, and brand were plastered all over this project. She was pretty much the sole person to promote it.
Oh yeah, if I want a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet.
And it was clear from the very start that it would never have any actual community, much less any form of utility.
Okay.
But are you sure you're gonna launch? I don't know. I'm not as big a fan about meme coins. I love crypto, but you can make some money from it. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I'm very new to it, and I'm still learning what it is.
A few moments later.
My Hawk meme coin is live! I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. You're adorable.
Just give us a minute.
Okay. It's gonna be okay. It's mostly important that your network and the people that you trust to walk into this market are exactly that, people that you can trust.
I think that's where I messed up.
For sure, for sure.
Now, to be clear, the people who bought into this are equally, if not much more stupid than Hawk Tua herself. But for her to have the audacity to do anything but apologize with maybe a ukulele, and instead to just point her finger and blame other people, to me is insane. But hey, she still had time to squeeze in a quick sponsor segment.
Money, oh money, how I love thee.
Alright you guys, I only got one sponsor left because there's some real ones and they've stuck with me since every bit of this started. Game Time believes in me, y'all, and I believe in them.
Game Time's more loyal than most of y'all's mans out here. This podcast ain't going nowhere, and neither are them Game Time deals.
So Banks brings his friends who are apparently crypto experts, and they try and get an explanation from her and her lawyer. Hawk claims that she was brought into this opportunity by someone who over-exaggerated their qualifications, and that pretty much everything in the promotion of this coin was just scripted stuff that she was told and paid to say.
CoffeeZilla got on there. That scary guy, let me tell you, don't ever want to have a conversation with him. Well, see, that's how it got brought to me. It was supposed to be done the right way. Like, it was going to be good. Like, half the money, it was supposed to go, like, into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it. Just for the simple fact, putting money into that. It was a way to, like, get all my community gathered up together. It was just, I don't know. It was brought to me in, like, a positive way. Like, it was going to be something good and long-term, but it didn't go that route at all.
Next, the lawyer comes in and admits that Hawk Tua received $125,000 up front for using her name and likeness on this project.
Yo, what's up, Insomnia? You still there, man? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. I was listening to this stupid video. Is my mic muted? Oh no, it's good. Yeah, what's up, man? This game's really fun. The more you play this game, the more you enjoy it. You know, when I first started playing this game, I didn't really like it that much. It was okay, but then the more I played it, it was like, alright, this game's pretty good, and then now that I've really gotten into it, I'm like, yeah, this game's really good. You know? Oh, I'm taking some serious damage here. Yes, I'm here. Did you see the new GPUs from NVIDIA 5060s? No, I didn't. The 5060s. So those are like the budget ones, huh? Yeah, my laptop has a 4050. So I imagine they're probably going to release 4050s along with the 4060s. Or the 5050s along with the 5060s. Because the 4050 is the laptop version of the 4060, I'm pretty sure. So I imagine the laptops these days probably have 5050s in them instead of 4050s like mine. I need to get a new laptop. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get rid of my PS5 because I don't like it that much anymore. There's so many things I hate about my PS5. So, but I'm worried if I sell my PS5 and like get rid of it, that my laptop is gonna break soon because I've played thousands of hours on this laptop, literally thousands of hours, and those two tiny fans in this laptop, if even just one of those goes out, this whole laptop's just gonna crash and burn. So that's what I worry about. I only played Genshin when it first came out. I remember it because it was LAN. My friends and they wanted. Oh, so like 2020 you played it. Yeah, I heard about it a lot. I didn't start playing it until last year. Yeah, that is interesting though. So the 4060 or the 5060, that should be pretty good. That should be a pretty good GPU. Yeah, I don't know, man. I want to get rid of the PS5, but I'm worried, you know, as soon as I get rid of it, my laptop's just going to break. I've put so many hours in on this laptop. I'm surprised it's not dead already. But yeah. This way? Alright, let's go this way. They got like some Moana music playing or something. Yeah, this sounds like it's out of Moana. I was always confused why I heard XX60, XX70, XX80, XX90, 10, 20, 30, 40. The 5060s have 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Nice. I think my laptop has 6, right? Or no, this one might have 8 gigabytes of VRAM too. I don't know the VRAM on my laptop. To check PC specs. Let me check this. Navigate to settings, system about. So settings. Oh wait. No. Wait, that was right? Settings? That was the right settings, right? Oh no, I think so. Hold up. Okay, okay, good. Good. That is the right one. Wait, and then what did it say? System? Yeah, system. And then about. Where can I find about? Oh yeah, look. So you had 12th gen Intel Core i7 installed RAM. Yeah, see, it only has 16 gigabytes of normal RAM. Not VRAM, just normal RAM, but only 15.6 is usable. What about the GPU? Doesn't say anything about the GPU in here though. That's kind of weird. I know it's a 4050, but I don't know how much VRAM it has. That's funny though. Like 16 gigabytes of RAM in 2025 is just terrible. How much RAM do you got in your PC, Insomnia? Hopefully at least 32. 16 is not enough. I think 16 enough is enough if you're not streaming. The problem is that usually every time I play my video games, I'm streaming. You know, which also takes up like 2 or 3 gigabytes of RAM. So I think that's the problem. I guess 16 is enough. Probably not for GTA 6 though. I think GTA 6 is going to use up a lot of RAM. So you're going to need... I don't even know if I'll be able to play GTA 6 on this laptop. I just need to get a new fucking laptop, man. Except the TI, which 16 gigabyte. Oh yeah, they're still making the TIs, huh? I remember back in the day when the 1080 Ti was the best one. That's before they called it RTX, because the GPUs these days are called the RTX, you know, 2060, or RTX 2060, 3060, RTX 4060, RTX 5060, right? They have the RTX. But back in the day on the 10 series, it was called the GTX. And then once they created ray tracing, they added the R instead of the G. But yeah, I remember the GTX 1080 Ti. That was like a beast of a card back in the day. And by today's standards, it's probably shit. I imagine it'd probably be pretty trash. But back then... And like, if you had a GTX 1080 Ti back then, because crypto mining was, well, it wasn't super popular, but it was really easy to make a lot of money back then when you were cryptocurrency mining. And back then, if you had a GTX 1080 Ti, you could probably mine about $20 or $30 a day in Bitcoin. And you got to think, that's back when Bitcoin was like 10 times lower. So by today's prices, with the GTX 1080 Ti back then, you would have been mining like $300 a day with the GTX 1080 Ti. And think about how shitty that GPU is these days. You could probably buy that GPU for like $100 these days, and you'd be lucky to probably mine like 2 pennies a day. But back then in like 2017, the GTX 1080 Ti was such a beast, and you could mine like 20 to 30 bucks a fucking day with that card. It was crazy. It's just so funny how fast technology has changed, because that wasn't even 10 years ago. But think about how insane that is to make like $300 a day off one graphics card. Like $300 a day, that's $3,000 every 10 days. That's $30,000 every 100 days. So yeah, that with one of those cards, with today's Bitcoin prices, you would have been mining about $100,000 a year. Like people go to college and go into extreme debt to be able to get jobs and work their ass off to be able to work jobs that make them $100,000 a year. And fucking that video card back then that was mining $30 a day would have been mining like $100,000 a year in today's prices. Like crazy, right? And you got to think, that's just one card. You could, like, I had a mining rig back in the day. It didn't have GTX 1080 Ti's. It had a bunch of RX 560s or 570s, or maybe they were 580s. They weren't as good as 1080 Ti's, but I had a 9-card mining rig. It had 9 video cards. So imagine if you had 9 video cards that are GTX 1080 Ti's, you would be making almost $1 million a year in today's Bitcoin prices. Like, that is so fucking crazy. $1 million a year off 9 video cards. And you could probably buy those 9 video cards these days for like a couple $100. But back then, back then, I think the GTX 1080 Ti's were like $1,200 per card. So back then, to make a 9-card mining rig probably would have been over $10,000, and it would only mine $30, or it would only mine about 300, or it'd probably mine about $250 a day back then, a 9-card mining rig. But in today's prices, that'd be like $2,500 a day. It's just crazy to think about it. Your name's Jason? I'm not sure, bro. My name's Jason on this PC, yeah. My name's Jason on this PC. That's why I had to check the settings, because I thought it might have my real name for a second, but no, it just has Jason. No, my name's not Jason, man. I'm gonna buy a new PC though at the end of the year next year. I want 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, that's overkill, but that's gonna be really good for the future, because yeah, in the future 32 gigabytes of RAM probably won't be enough. You know, and 60, even for browsers, I don't know if you've realized, you probably realize this too because you use PCs, but man, Firefox and Google Chrome, they use up so much RAM. Sometimes when I'm watching YouTube, my Firefox browser will get so laggy because it's using up all my RAM. It's really annoying because it's like, I'm just trying to watch fucking YouTube, man. It's funny because the iPhone only has like 8 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gigabytes? 8 gigabytes of RAM? That is terrible. Yeah. I can collect that.
You asked for it.
Got them all.
There better not be any contraband in here.
Yo, Insomnia, it's actually crazy what gold is doing, man. I mean, you've been watching me throughout my whole... You've been here ever since I first got into gold. Like, when you came around my YouTube channel, that's about when I first got into gold. And I got into gold a little over a year ago. And, like, look how much gold has gone up in a year. When I first got into gold, it was 2,800 Canadian. So, yeah, I got in it over a year ago now, because a year ago it was at, like, 3,300. But... yeah, when I got into gold, it was 2,800 Canadian dollars an ounce. And now it's almost $5,000 an ounce. So like, yeah, it's almost doubled since I got into it. Which is pretty good. Like, look at this. This chart goes back all the way to 1973. And this is why it's so insane, because I got into gold about right here, right? I got into gold like about right here. Like, think of how crazy that is. Look, this is like 50 years. This is like 50 years of progress right here. And look, just in the past 1 year, it's gone up more than it did in like 50 years, right? Oh, but look, back in 1973, you could buy 1 ounce of gold for probably about like 20, 30, 40 bucks. And now it takes almost $5,000. Hi Jason, I remember you posted a pic. Yeah, well. Man. My nigga, 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 my motherfucking nigga. Bro, I want Canadian society to collapse so bad. Like, I want it to collapse so bad. It kind of already is collapsing. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, right? Is like hyperinflation, what I've been saying for about a year now, right? That's why I got into gold. And when you go to the grocery store now, I am just astounded by the prices. It's insane the prices of groceries these days. So hyperinflation kind of already is taking place. Like you go into a fucking grocery store and just for 3 steaks, it's like $50 now. It's crazy because I remember like 5 years ago you could buy 3 steaks for about like $20. And now you go into the grocery store, it's like $50 for 3 steaks. So it's kind of already happening, the collapse. But yeah. It's not to the point where people can't afford food yet. I want it to get to the point where, you know, for 3 steaks, it's $500. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want it to get to. Like, that's gonna be so hilarious to me, because like, there's so many people in this country who I fucking despise.
We can try to
who
dodge
I
fluff
fucking
fleece goats as they headbutt us.
who I
Or
fucking
we
hate
can
with a
pretend the
passion.
red-beaked pelicans
And you know,
are
considering
bandits and try to
I'm in
rescue
gold.
Jade's heart-feathered base from their
Shut
beaks.
up!
Oh,
She won't shut
you
up.
want to play Wind Trace? You'll be
Shut
the hunter?
up! Alright, anyways. Yeah, so since I'm in gold, you know, my, you know, if inflation goes crazy, my gold is going to keep up with inflation. But people's paychecks aren't going to keep up with inflation, so all these people that I fucking hate are going to struggle their asses off. Well, I'm going to be laughing sitting pretty when gold is like $50,000 an ounce. And to buy 1 steak, it's like $200. Oh.
Sacred name, fortune preserver.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for those days. And those days might come sooner than we think. Like, you know, by 2030, to buy a Big Mac meal, you could be paying $100 for a fucking Big Mac meal. By 2030, I could see it. I mean, with the way it's been going, it might not be that extreme. I think it's definitely gonna be at least like $20 to $30 by 2030. Or I mean, the Big Mac meal already is $20 on Skip the Dishes and
can I
DoorDash.
upset? Spread the luck
But I mean,
around.
when you go in person, it's about like $15-16 for a Big Mac meal. So, I think by 2030, it's probably gonna be about $30, like $32. I think it'll double. I think it'll double in price. But it'd be amazing if like 5 years from now, you go into McDonald's here in Canada, it's $150 for a Big Mac meal. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, oh yeah. How are these motherfuckers eating? Oh wait, they're not. They're eating like 2 times a week. Fuck these people, man. Fuck all of them. Karma's a bitch.
Just a moment. Let's tally. Fly. Swift as the swallow.
Yo, Insomnia, I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, do you guys have McDonald's? I'm sure you do. I think there's McDonald's in pretty much every country in the world. Right? Yeah, you probably do.
Score! Let's see what's inside.
Right.
Closing in.
Oh no, he froze me. Yeah? Oh, you do have McDonald's. Okay. Nice. I think in certain parts of the world, McDonald's has beer. I don't know where. I've heard some parts of the world you can buy beer at McDonald's, which would be pretty weird. I wonder how that would taste. A McDonald's beer. That Little Caesars pizza I had yesterday was really good. No! Little Caesars is still really cheap. I only paid $9 for that pizza. It was about $16 for the whole meal because I got 2 drinks. The Little Caesars is still really cheap.
Let's tally this up.
I don't know how they do it. Because even at the grocery store, when you go buy those frozen pizzas, they cost about the same amount of money. But Little Caesars, you know, cooks it for you. It's a restaurant or whatever. So I don't know how Little Caesars is so cheap. Insomnia, I thought you said you were going to start streaming or posting videos or something. Did you do that? I'm subscribed to you. I haven't seen any videos. Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see what's inside.
Well, one thing that I never succeeded at, and I don't think I'll ever succeed at, is taking up all of YouTube's storage. I really am starting to believe that they have unlimited storage space, which is crazy to think, but it's just true. There's no way I could ever take up all of YouTube's storage. Like, there's just no way. I thought I could at least put a dent in it, but no. Google is just so insanely rich that they can just keep buying hard drives and shit, so they'll never run out of storage. Oh, we gotta light a fire. Okay, let's connect. Everybody recently has been complaining about the price of eggs. Oh no, kind of lost motivation. Are you working now, Insomnia? Oh no, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but are you still like, Aslan, no! Stop being annoying, I'm trying to cook eggs. Wait, I want to purposely cook one wrong and see what it looks like. It still looks good. Alright, let's cook it right. Perfect. It's actually really easy to cook eggs in this game. I got a lot of them. I don't ever eat food in this game, so I don't know why I'm cooking. Like, I got that really good character where she can heal up my party, so I don't even need to eat stuff anymore. So I haven't ate food in this game in a long time. See, that one looked different than the other ones. Why do some of them look different? I'm moving in 1 month. I'm leaving the city. I'm leaving Lethbridge. Not right now, but I might start a 50% job soon through the, well, oh nice, yeah. Same. When I move, I'm thinking about getting a job too, just a part-time job. Yeah, because I'm actually allowed, like, it's insane. I already make a lot of money, but I'm allowed to make up to, like, if I want a part-time job, I'm allowed to make up to an extra $2,000 a month. And, like, I already make more money than I need just off the welfare thing I'm on. But if I want a part-time job, I'm allowed to make $2,000 a month before they cut me off. So I'm thinking of getting a part-time job too, because it's like, why not, bro? Even if I just made an extra $1,000 a month, that'd give me an extra ounce of gold every couple months, which is pretty good to my stash. So, see, like, that one looks different. Why do some of them look different? That's weird. I don't know. But yeah, I got the same thing here. I don't know if they'll pay me more than... Oh yeah, I remember making food. I totally forgot that. Is your new place nice? I haven't gotten my new place yet. I gotta let my landlord of my current place know that I'm moving before I can even move, because I have a lease. My lease isn't up until October. So they got to find someone to rent this place out to before I can move out, because I signed a lease. But yeah, I'm gonna move anyways. But yeah, I haven't seen my new place. I've been looking at places, and the places I've been looking at are really nice. Like, a lot of them have pools built into the building and gyms and stuff. So they have a lot of amenities, which is pretty cool. So like I'll be able to go to the gym every day because it's in the building. I'll be able to go to the pools whenever I want. The last building I lived in, actually, it had a pool. It wasn't that big. It had a pool, a gym, and a sauna. But the buildings I'm looking at are nicer than the last place that I lived in. Like, I'm looking at some really nice buildings downtown. I got so many eggs. I'm allowed to make around 1,400 something extra. Nice. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't even think I want to, like, I'm allowed to make $2,000 extra with a part-time job a month, but, or is it every 2 weeks or is it a month? It's either every 2 weeks or a month. I think it's every month, but I'd have to look into it again. But I don't even think I want to work that much. Like, I just want to work like 1 or 2 times a week, you know? I don't see the point, because I already make more money than I need. Like, man, if I got a part-time job and I was making that $2,000 a month, plus I stopped eating fast food, plus if the place I worked at gave me discounts on food and stuff, like, I could probably be making an extra $4,000 or $5,000 a month, like, with the money that I save and the extra money I make, because I spend so much money on food, right? I spend a little over $2,000 a month on food. I could easily bring that down to $500, $600 a month if I was budgeting, but I'm not. So, yeah, if I brought my food budget down to like $500, $600 a month, and then I made an extra $2,000 a month, holy shit, I'd be able to put so much money away. I could probably become a millionaire before 28 if I did that. Like, my goal, you already know this, Insomnia, my goal is to become a millionaire before 30, right? But, fuck, if I started budgeting properly and made an extra $2,000 a month, I think I could become a millionaire before 28, for sure. But, yeah. What's an extra 2 years, you know? Why does it even matter? I get to eat what I want. I get to do what I want. I think that's worth more than the extra money. But you haven't seen it? No, I haven't seen my new place because I don't know which place I'm moving into yet. It's a little, like, it's about a month. I'm gonna be May, yeah, or probably close. Like, yeah, beginning of June, so about a month and a half. I've been looking at places, but I can't lock in a lease with another place since I have a lease in my current place. I gotta void this lease before I can move. Did you get your own place, Insomnia? I'm pretty sure you moved out of your great aunt's, right? I'm pretty sure you moved out, but yeah, it's annoying. I don't know if it's like this where you are, but a lot of landlords these days want you to have like a shit ton of requirements. Like, I've talked to a couple building managers, and one of the building managers, she wanted to talk to my last 3 landlords. She wanted to talk to the landlord of the building I'm currently in, the building I was in like 2 years ago, and then the building I lived in like 4 years ago. So she wanted to talk to 3 of my past landlords. She wanted a family member to co-sign on my lease because she didn't trust that. She thought that I would default. So she wanted a family member to co-sign on my lease. She wanted to talk to 3 other landlords, 3 of my past landlords, and she wanted she wanted like $3,000 up front. So I was like, that's fucked up. Hell no.
Justice will prevail. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Closing in. Here. Up and away. Swift is the squall. Go. Closing in.
Been here for almost 2 months now. I was surprised I got this apartment at first. I had trouble other places and I thought I wouldn't find anything, but then I got lucky. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta get lucky. You gotta just find the right landlord. Are you with the like property management company, or is it a private landlord? Cause yeah, I don't know. There's benefits to both of them. I've lived in a couple apartments where they had private ownership, and then a couple apartments where they had you know, it was a property management company. The place I'm in now is a property management company. It's not a private landlord. Bro, it's a very lucrative business owning like apartments. I was looking, and you can buy entire apartment complexes for about 3 to 4 million. And I was looking, and some of these buildings, they have like 30 or 40 different apartments in them. So I was thinking, the average rent where I live for a 1-bedroom apartment is about like $1,100 a month. So if you buy an apartment building for, say, $4 million, and it has 40 apartment complexes in it, so you rent all of those out, 40 apartment complexes, each one is bringing you in $1,100 a month. So you're bringing in $44,000 a month. And then per year, that's like $500,000 you're bringing in. So, I mean, obviously you got to pay for maintenance and stuff. So when it comes to profit, you're probably only bringing in about $200,000-$300,000 a year, but that's still insane, right? So if you're bringing in $200,000 to $300,000 a year and you paid $4 million for the building, it only takes about 15 years to pay itself off, right? But then once it pays itself off, it's making complete profit. You're making pure profit. Plus, if you want to, after that, you can sell the building off again. So you could buy a building for $4 million over 15 years, own it, even live in one of the apartments if you want for free. And then over 15 years, you can get your $4 million back. And then after 15 years, you can sell the building for another $4 million and double your money. Easy $8 million right there, bro. You made $8 million off $4 million. Easy money, man. Oh yeah, you're in a private, yeah. One of the private apartment complexes I lived in one time was very shitty because there was a massive mold problem in the building. This was like 2019 I lived in this building. There was a massive mold problem in the building. I think what the dude did, like I only lived there for about 2 months, because I think what the dude did is it was super humid and shitty, and there was a bunch of mold constantly growing on the walls. And whenever you came in and like complained, all he would do is paint over it. He would paint over the mold in the walls. So I got the fuck out of that building because that's not healthy. Like, you're gonna be breathing in a bunch of spores and shit. Like, gross. And then another building I lived in, I only lived in this one for about 2 to 3 months too, had a massive bed bug problem. So, and bed bugs are terrible. You do not want bed bugs, man. And this building was just infested with bed bugs. So I've lived in a building that was infested with mold, and I've lived in another building that was infested with bed bugs. Terrible. So, stuff like that you don't want to deal with, man. You gotta be very careful. It's funny because landlords are so picky these days with who they rent to, but it's like, as someone who's renting, you also got to be picky. Because it's like, you don't want to live in a building with fucking bed bugs. You don't want to live in a building with mold. So it's funny how these landlords are so picky when it's like, is your building all that great? Probably not. I mean, the buildings I've been looking at recently are pretty nice. Like I've been doing really well for myself recently. So I've had the luxury of looking at higher priced buildings that I haven't been able to look at in the past, but yeah, either way, the requirements are insane. Like, why does she want to talk to one of my landlords from 5 years ago? Like, that's crazy. Bro, my landlord isn't even gonna fucking recognize me. It isn't gonna remember me. That's 5 fucking years ago. Are you kidding me? And no, every time I leave a building too, I always leave it really spotless and clean. So it's not like my landlords are gonna have anything bad to say about me, but it's like, it's the same thing with fucking applying for jobs and getting a job, right? It's annoying when on your application you have a job that was like 5+ years ago.
Look around.
And then your new employer will ask you, hey, can I call them? It's like, why do you want to call my employer from over 5 years ago? Like, I guess it makes sense if you want to verify that I actually worked there, but at the same time, bro, you're going to call my manager from 6 years ago not knowing if they actually even worked there and be like, hey, do you remember this guy? Was he a good employee? Did he work there? Like, it was 6 fucking years ago. It's probably not even the same staff. Like, what?
Dancing in the wind. Up and away.
Yeah, I don't know. Bunch of bullshit. I've had silverfish problem. Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Yeah, silverfish. I've never had that problem before. But that sounds pretty terrible too.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any for a week now. Oh, nice. Nice. You didn't have to get the exterminators to come in? Because when I lived in that building with bed bugs, the exterminators came in, and then the bed bugs were back within like 2 days because the bed bugs literally lived in the walls. I think they were coming out through the walls, or maybe they're coming in under my door somewhere. Like, they were infested in the fucking walls. I think they were coming through the electrical sockets. So I had exterminated, like, I only lived in that building for 2 or 3 months, and it was terrible because even when the exterminators came in, I had to vacate the building for 24 hours, and then when I came back in, the bed bug problem was only gone for about 2 days, and then the bed bugs came back because the fucking things lived in the walls, bro. They were in the fucking walls. Like, that entire building just needs to be fucking demolished because the bed bugs lived in the walls, man.
At ease. I don't believe this counts as theft.
Oh shit. I need to go shower. My balls are sweaty.
Drop your weapons.
My balls are sweaty. Okay. I need to get more fast food.
Final warning.
How did that break? Oh, it did break.
There better not be any contraband in here.
Yo, Insomnia, any luck with women recently? Like, oh man. I'm hopeless about these women. These women are just so fucked up. Like, I don't know if it's just our generation or if women have just always been this way. Like, I think it's just our generation, man. You know, our generation of women have grown up on social media and they're so, like, just fucked up. Have you heard the 666 rule with women? I don't know if you've heard about the 666 rule. So the modern day women, they want a guy The modern day women, they want a guy who has a six-pack. They want him to make 6 figures a year, and they want him to be at least 6 feet tall. So it's the 666. These women are demonic, bro. Literally, it's all 666. These women are fucking demonic. Yeah, no, our generation of women is fucked up. Sorry about the bed bug. Silverfish is similar. I don't know the 666 rule. Oh, well, I just told you. No, that's the 666 rule.
Are you?
You know, sometimes you can switch it around. Sometimes some people will say women want 6 figures. They want a guy who's 6 feet tall and has 6 inches. But there's also the rule about a 6-pack too. It's either 6 inches or a 6-pack. You know, some women don't care about a 6-pack, but then they want their guy to be at least 6 inches, which I think is pretty reasonable. I mean, if your dick is under 6 inches, bro, like, you need to fix that. I don't know how, but you need to fix that, man. But yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucked up that women want men that make 6 figures a year. Like, it's just unrealistic, especially in our generation, Gen Z. I mean, the oldest of Gen Z is like 25, 26. You can't expect 25, 26 years old to make 6 figures. I mean, even all the men who are in successful careers coming out of college or trades don't make 6 figures that are 25, 26. You got to be a very exceptional man to make over 6 figures at 25, 26, right? Because, bro, even if you went to school for a trade and you have a good career, you got to work your way up still, right? You're not going to come out of trade school or out of college making $100,000 a year. It's not reasonable. So, like, women of our generation are fucked up, man. Like, maybe if we were 40 plus years old, 100,000 a year is pretty reasonable. But like in your 20s, that's not reasonable. You can't expect. But that's what they do. That's what they expect. A lot of these women. But one of my family members is a social worker, and there's also a lot of women who are just single moms who fuck around with a bunch of like black guys who are in and out of jail, and they have like black babies and shit. That's really popular these days with our generation, at least here in Canada. Bro, I know so many girls my age. I've seen so many. I know a couple girls, but I've seen so many girls my age who have black babies and are white. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You're a single mom with a black baby. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? You couldn't pay me any amount of money in the world to do interracial breeding, much less to do it with a deadbeat who, you know, is abusive. Like, that's what these women do. They'll fucking find a black guy who's like abusive to them and they'll be like, all right, time to have a baby with this guy. Like, what? Bro, what is wrong with you? Nasty. Like, interracial breeding is wrong in the first place, and then second, breeding with someone who's abusive. Like, what is wrong with you, man? I don't know. Women in our generation are so fucked up.
Sacred name, fortune preserver. Yeah. Treasure chests. Do we like
Oh yeah,
treasure
I've heard
chests?
about that. I've had lots of moths lately, probably because my windows are open. Oh yeah. Yeah, the moths. I mean, moths aren't too bad. They're kind of annoying though, right? 6 inches LMAO. Yeah. Yeah, they want 6+ inches. I mean, I think that's reasonable, but like, some guys can't control that shit.
Final warning.
I mean, there's ways to control that, right? Like, you can take testosterone enhancers and shit, right? I don't know. I've never had to take that shit. I don't gotta worry about that, luckily. I'm tall, and I got a lengthy long john. I got a lengthy long john. I don't gotta worry about that, but yeah. Some of them say 6-pack too. It's either 6-pack or 6 inches. I don't got a 6-pack. I mean, I might, but I eat so much fast food. I got a little bit of fat on my belly. You can't see my 6-pack. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of fat, I should order some McDonald's after I shower. She sounds depressed and tired. Who the girl in this game? Yeah, a lot of the characters in this game are like depressed and tired. Like look, there's I have quite a few characters who are like depressed and tired. I'll show you. This girl is like really sleepy. And I don't know, depressed, but she's really sleepy. Like half the time she's like falling asleep and shit. And then this girl's really sleepy too. She's a zombie. I mean, this girl's like a vampire, so she's sleepy. I don't know, there's a lot of sleepy characters in this game. Yeah, treasure chests.
Look what we have here.
Bro, can you imagine being a woman who's slept around with like 5+ guys? Oh, I can't imagine. Wouldn't you feel so disgusted? Like, I would literally hate myself. If I was a woman and I slept around with even like 3 or more guys, I'd feel disgusted in myself. I don't know what's up with these disgusting ass women. Or they sleep around with like 10+ guys and shit. And they're like proud of it. Like, what a bunch of disgusting whores. Ew. And also, imagine being a father. Imagine being a father and having a daughter and knowing that she has slept around with like over 10 guys. Imagine how disgusted you would be in your own daughter, knowing that, you know, the little girl that you raised turned out to be like this disgusting bitch who like takes a bunch of dicks in her nasty ass snatch. Oh, I'd be so disgusted and disappointed in my daughter. But that's just how it goes these days. Like, if you have a daughter, there's like a 99% chance she's gonna be a slut in 18 years. 99% chance.
Up and away! Ills be gone.
What do you want, Aslan? No, Aslan. What do you want, Aslan? Oh, level 67. Yeah, Aslan. Yeah.
Let them fly. Cut to the chase. Life goes on.
Whoa. Got him. I think my laptop's dying. It's so loud right now. Hold on, let's check the temperature. What's the temperature at? Come on. Hurry up. Alright, so 84 for the GPU, 95 for the CPU. Yeah, that's about average for my laptop, honestly.
Drop your weapons.
Got him. Well, that was super effective. Come on. No. How does this guy have so much health? Okay, I got him.
There you are, eavesdropper. Butterfly. Dancing in the wind. Just a moment. Let's tally this up.
We need to protect the women of our society. No, fuck you, Donald Trump. I supported you, bitch. The women already have enough support. If anything, we should be disowning them. We should be outlawing their slutty behavior. Donald Trump? You dumb old man. Maybe it's because you haven't fucking properly... Your dick hasn't properly worked in over 20 years. So you don't understand this. But these women are hoes. They are not innocent little angels. They are hoes. They are nasty bitches. How about we make a law where being a nasty ass slut is punishable up to 20 years in prison, bitch? There, now we can balance out the male to female prisons, because God only knows how many more males are in prison than females. It's completely unbalanced, you know? Women are always talking about, oh, the patriarchy and how things are unfair. The gender wage gap. What about the gender prison gap? How about we even that out, huh? Let's outlaw being a slut. Let's see how women like that, huh? Oh no! King Blasey is speaking the truth. This is terrible.
Swift as the swallow.
Alright. Got that. Alright, Aslan, that's enough. That's enough, Aslan. Another chest.
Closing in.
Aslan, no! This guy just heal up.
Go.
Hands where I can see 'em. Final warning.
fly. Something. Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
Stupid water guys always heal the other ones. Get out of here, Aslan.
Swift as the swallow. Drop your weapons. Fucking fly. You asked for it.
There better not be any contraband in here.
Closing in. Fucking fly. Up and away. Keep those be gone.
Okay then. Alright. Should I end the stream here? I think I should.
Life goes on.
That is overpowered as fuck. That is so overpowered.
Whoa! Can I have some? Spread the luck around.
Lanyam. Dropped by Whopper Flowers. It was fun, bro. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end it
Since we're already
shortly
caught in
here.
the rain, we might as well enjoy it. Saves us the energy of running for shelter, at least. Oh! Can I hold your hand?
Can I hold your hand? I'm a white girl and I got a black baby. That one song. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Alright. Good shit, guys. Good shit.